What is good, y'all? What is good, everybody? What's popping? We got some dope topics to speak on tonight. We got some classic topics and some breaking news to speak on tonight. Let me just get my audio situated. Tonight, I'm wearing my chain. I'm wearing my chain in honor of Freddie Gibbs, whose piece is getting passed around right now like Young Berg's old Transformer piece. Man, who knows where that chain will go next? Such a small little G piece. If you looked at the thumbnail, I actually used the pic of Benny the Butcher wearing the chain tonight. But we also have a dope throwback topic to get into, y'all. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Let me get something rolled up, actually. Let me get something twisted up, you guys. Where's my light? Oh, there we go. Right over here. Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight. Got an epic live for you guys. I got an epic live for everybody tapping in. Definitely excited about tonight's live podcast. Let me get everything situated. Y'all know what to do as you're tapping in. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button. Make sure you put it in the chat where you're from, what you're blazing on tonight. You heard? Let me know what you're blazing and where you're from. Make sure you hit the like button. Show some appreciation. Put some respect. Put some respect on that like button, man. Let me get a little something twisted up. I'm rolling up some good ass shit right now. This is the highest potency one I got, 26% actually. So it's a really high potency. The other joints is like 25%. I'm gonna let everybody pull up in here while I get ready for the live stream tonight, for the live podcast. If you're wondering what you're watching the Mikey T, the Movie Star live podcast. Not on digital, not on audio platforms just yet. So you got to come on here and watch me live and direct. You got to come on here and watch me live and direct, you guys. Video format, that's how we do. What is going on? Appreciate everybody tapping in. Boston, Mass. What's going on? Appreciate Boston, Mass coming in tonight. Appreciate you tapping in. Wherever you're tapping in from, man. Don't be afraid to put it in the chat. Let me know where you're tapping in from tonight. Let me know where you're tapping in from. Let me know what you're blazing. We're just getting kicked off. We're just getting kicked off tonight on the show. I'm twisting up a little bit of this cookies and sea. Oh, that's interesting because the other strain I got is actually made by Sea Junkie as well. So we got some interesting things that we're smoking tonight. Let me get my lighting situated a little bit. Hope everybody enjoyed my interview with Kid Kid. Put out a new piece of the interview with Kid Kid tonight. Actually speaking on the Super Bowl and all that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty interesting piece. I think y'all should check it out if you haven't. Let me grab that for everybody so I can get that actually pinned up. What's up? What's up? We got Chi-Town in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up, Chicago? We got Atlantic City. Atlantic City's in the building tonight. Buffalo, what's up? Yo, we're talking about Buffalo tonight. You guys. Let me get twisted up real quick. While everybody continues to pour in. While everybody continues to pour up in here. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Okay. What's up, Shaq? Appreciate you tapping in, G's. Everybody do me a favor, hit that like button. Hit that like button. We're about to get this joint started in a minute. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you share this joint. Let me go grab this video that I actually wanted to pin up. I joined a Kid. Did an interview with Kid today. Well, y'all, I did an interview with Kid, and you guys are going to be seeing the parts from it drop over the next week. Kid's got a bunch of new material on the internet. If you guys haven't tuned in, go tune in. Kid just dropped a new single called Mama. I want everybody to check out this interview with Kid if you missed it. I'm going to pin it up right now. Also, let me get this over here. Get this over here just so we have everything working together. Appreciate everybody tapping in. You know what to do when you tap up in here. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Share this video. I'm about to put a poll up for everybody in the chat so y'all can get to interact. Okay, perfect. Let me get this poll up so everybody in here has something to look at, something to interact with before we get started on the live show. Everybody hit that like button. We're sharing this video. We'll get started in just a few minutes. Want to know who's everybody rocking with? Benny the Butcher, Freddie Gibbs. Who y'all rocking with? Who y'all rocking with, man? I'm putting it up right now as the poll. Putting it up right now as the poll. You guys, let me know who y'all rocking with. G-Unit, salute. Salute to Australia. Appreciate Australia tapping in. I'm just getting rolled up. We're just getting started. Live podcast tonight is just getting started. Yo, what's good? What's good? The butcher's coming. The butcher's coming. Griselda forever. Griselda forever. Yeah, we're talking about what happened. We all saw the video. Cameraman on deck. Now Freddie Gibbs is saying some things about Benny the Butcher. Let's get into it. Everybody hit that like button. Make sure you put it in the chat where you're coming from, where you're tapping in from. So, Benny the Butcher going in on Freddie Gibbs. Benny the Butcher going in on Freddie Gibbs. Gibbs actually posted on his Instagram. He said, before this page gets shut down, understand one thing. These dudes need promo. My tours sold out. They had a tour with me. Who's going to get your page shut down, Freddie Gibbs? Let's be real. Who's going to get your page shut down? Like, who's really even on your page like that? I don't even know any Freddie Gibbs songs that have got spun. But everywhere you turn, every time you turn on somebody's mix CD, you know, every time somebody puts a joint on in their car from their phone, every time a car cruises by, you're hearing Benny the Butcher music, though. But I couldn't tell you the last Freddie Gibbs joint I heard. The last time I heard some news about Freddie Gibbs was that time that Freddie Gibbs actually brought Benny the Butcher on tour. Right, because people actually bring upcoming artists on tour to spark a little bit of momentum for themselves. So we're going to have to get into this conversation about Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher tonight, plus 50 Cent revealing a lot of G Unit's dirty laundry. That's right, you guys. We saw the interview that 50 Cent did with the Breakfast Club just a few weeks back. But now now we're taking a look at an interview that 50 Cent did a few years ago, because I want to do a little bit of a comparison as to how he felt about G Unit in 2020 compared to how he feels about G Unit now in 2022. We all know where 50 Cent is at with G Unit at this current time. We all know where he's at with them. He says no more G Unit projects. No more G Unit. No more Terminate on Sight. Hey, if you're promising me no more Terminate on Sight, don't threaten me with a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time, Fifth. You know, but we're going to dig back into this because 50 had some interesting thoughts about his work with Tony Yayo and his work with Uncle Murda. Some very interesting thoughts, you guys, that I want to go over. As far as 50 saying that the G Unit group was pretty much known as a trifecta. G Unit was known to have 3 members the majority of the time. I guess you could say that. I mean, G Unit came up as a 3-man group. I kind of look at it like 50 put 2 guys on, because what would he look like trying to put 3? You know what I mean? He would look a little bit ridiculous. You know what I mean? But the fact that one of his artists got locked up, it gave him the perfect opportunity to actually have 3 artists. The fact that he did so well, the fact that Curtis, renamed Curtis Interscope Jackson, did so well, they even did what they did. Jimmy Iovine even okayed what he did with Suge Knight back in the day for 50 to do. He okayed 50 Cent to take over one of the other Interscope contracts. Merge the contract. It's Aftermath. It's G Unit. It's Shady Aftermath. It's G Unit Aftermath, baby. And look at the artists that they put out. G Unit Aftermath put out an artist pretty much second to himself, second to Shady in Aftermath. Only thing is, it did not work out. What up, what up, what up, Indiana? Indiana, what's popping? I appreciate you tapping in. Everybody in here, appreciate you guys tapping in. Make sure you share this video one time. We have a lot to discuss tonight. Man, you're going to see me going over a lot of old topics, a lot of current. I'm going over all topics. There's nothing that I'm going to hold myself back from going over, you guys. So tonight, we got to discuss what happened with Benny the Butcher and Freddie Gibbs. That's where we're at with it right now. Freddie Gibbs said, okay, I'm going to stop talking about these police-ass dudes. I don't want a RICO. What? You're on the internet, first of all, Freddie Gibbs. You are not a dealer. Don't worry about a RICO. You know what RICO stands for? It's not short for Frederico. You're not a dealer, man. You don't have to worry about a RICO. You just said it yourself. You sell out shows. You're a rapper. But second of all, you got robbed for your chain. You didn't know who did it. You said it yourself. He sent his cameraman, the genius of it, right? He covered his tracks. There's nothing for you to worry about, Freddie Gibbs. The RICO. So let me get this straight. Delusional Freddie Gibbs thinks that the cop, right? You call him the man a cop, the cop, Benny the Butcher. And why is he a cop? Because he sent a cameraman to watch you get washed? Nice reach. Nice reach right there. What makes Benny the Butcher a cop? The people don't believe you. So you're saying because he sent a cameraman? You know why he sent a cameraman? The cameraman was on deck, so you couldn't deny it. Be like, no, that didn't happen. They had to do that to prove a point. Nobody said the streets play fair, Freddie. Nobody said that they had to play fair, Freddie. Nobody said, yo, Benny the Butcher, you have to shoot a fade with Freddie Gibbs. But Freddie Gibbs responds. Freddie Gibbs posts on his story, you guys, hold up, fades solve everything, but they're not built like that. Fades solve everything, but they're not built like that. Yo, what up? What up, DJ? What's up, Austin? Appreciate you tapping in the building. Austin's in the building. Oh, damn. I see. We got some haters in here, but it's all good, man. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Definitely appreciate everybody tapping in on the show tonight. And y'all can hit that link that I got pinned to check out my interview with Kid. Just did an interview with Kid recently. Just did an interview with Kid recently. If you missed it today, you can go check that out right now. Let me check out the poll real quick. You can vote and you can put your comment in the chat as well. Looks like everybody in here is rocking with Benny the Butcher. Looks like everybody in here is rocking with Benny the Butcher. Ooh, no, it was because the whole Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher thing actually happened because of Benny the Butcher doing an interview where he said, oh, working with Freddie Gibbs came and went. And we all know what he meant by that. Benny the Butcher was reaching a level where he could work with literally anybody that he wanted to work with at a certain point in time. You guys, at a certain point in time, Benny the Butcher needed Freddie Gibbs' help. That's 100% accurate. Freddie Gibbs was there when Benny the Butcher needed him. Freddie Gibbs gave Benny the Butcher an opportunity to perform on his album. I believe it was the Alfredo album that sold 30K first week that Freddie Gibbs is still bragging about. Freddie Gibbs is saying, oh, my albums sell more than yours. I brought you on tour. He's taking obvious jabs at at Benny the Butcher. So let's get into it here, man. We got Freddie Gibbs talking about dudes is the police. We got Freddie Gibbs talking about he's going to catch a Rico. All this type of shit. It's like, you know, you're on the internet, dude. Let me get this straight. Delusional Freddie Gibbs thinks that Benny the Butcher sent the police his way. But in all honesty, look at the situation. Look at what Freddie Gibbs is posting on his story. He is posting some of the most incriminating stuff on his story about what happened during that scuffle. So I really don't want to hear it about Benny the Butcher being the one, because Benny sent a cameraman or whoever was there filming. And Benny and every single blog posts the footage. Gibbs is like, hold up. Fades solve everything. But they're not built like that. Again, there's a lot of people that are not with the fade. I'm too lit to catch a fade with you, bro. I have 20 people around me that are going to jump out the window for me whenever I say go. You think I want to shoot a fade with you so I can lose some earrings? To roll around the floor and get dirty with you? Get all my iceberg clothes dirty? What? I'm going to give my mans a head nod, and it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. It happens all the time. It happens all the time, you guys. Especially in the nightclubs. Especially in the nightclub settings, you guys. You know, but most of the time before the night's over, if you're familiar with the nightclubs, most of the time before the night's over, it's not a surprise of who did it. It's no shocker. Just like it's not a shocker that Benny the Butcher is wearing your chain. And everyone knows it. Everyone knows this. Gibbs is saying dudes walked you to the car and took your strap and your jewelry. Freddie Gibbs is bringing up the incident in Texas. Ha! Hold it right there. Hold it right there. Because I'm tired of this right here. This is your soft rule book 101 right here, you guys. Did you get it in Texas? Did you get at him in Texas? Was that you? Was that affiliated with you, Freddie Gibbs? Okay, because you're acting like you did it. You're acting like you had something to do with it. You even, huh? You got anything to do with it? No, you're just talking about something that happened. Talking about what happened to Benny the Butcher in Texas. So Freddie Gibbs was posting some pretty questionable shit after saying that his page might be getting taken down. Well, before your page is getting taken down, you're giving them quite a bit of information, huh? You're giving them quite a bit of information here, saying, when y'all homies was trying to jump me, I heard y'all saying ... But y'all ain't have the nuts. You're going to post that on social media? Are you kidding me right now? Benny posted that snapshot right on his story and said that's some rat shit, because it is. Talking about they're going to get you caught up with a Rico. Looks like you're trying to get BSF caught up. That's some jealousy on a whole nother level. That reminds me of some type shit they be doing when you know your competition is putting in more work. Oh, yo, I'm going to trip them up. I'm going to trip my competition up a little bit. This guy lapped you, man. You ruined your own career, Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs, everybody share this video one time. Freddie Gibbs legitimately ruined his own career, though, y'all. He legitimately did. Freddie Gibbs had a relationship with Young Jeezy, a relationship any artist in the game would literally do anything for. Dudes are selling their soul for less. If we want to talk about all that type of shit, all the conspiracy theories and shit like that. Dudes would do anything for a Dre beat. Dudes would do anything for the opportunity to work alongside Young Jeezy. These opportunities don't just come by chance. Young Jeezy saw something in Freddie Gibbs. A lot of people around that camp, a lot of people that were around the CTE camp. I remember it, Corporate Thugs Entertainment. Tone Trump was over there. A couple guys were over there. Wink Low, salute my guy right there. They all kind of believed that Freddie Gibbs was next up. Everybody kind of stepped back for Freddie Gibbs. And what happened? Freddie Gibbs did not put Corporate Thugs Entertainment on the map. Instead, him and Jeezy started having problems. Instead, Freddie Gibbs comes out and sells 30,000 units, and he's proud of it. Freddie Gibbs, you were supposed to do so much more. You want to diss Benny the Butcher's sales. You want to diss the turnouts at his live shows, talking about you pack crowds. Pretty sure you were touring before the pandemic. I'm pretty sure that's when you were touring. Have you toured since? Because Benny the Butcher's back on his shit. Benny the Butcher was doing quite a bit of touring, you guys. Before and after. That's what I'm saying, bro. Everybody knows it was supposed to be Freddie Gibbs that was successful from Young Jeezy's label. Now, maybe Freddie Gibbs has an out because the Corporate Thug Entertainment album never came out. Maybe that's his out. And for everybody wondering why I'm wearing the chain tonight, it's actually in ode to Freddie Gibbs. Since Freddie Gibbs' chain, the G chain, is going around like Youngberg's old Transformer joint. Salute to my guy Math Hoffa for actually putting that story out finally. Getting, you know what I'm saying? But I decided one time, you know what I'm saying? Freddie Gibbs. But yeah, it was supposed to be Freddie Gibbs. Who everybody share this video one time for me. Hit that like button too. Put some respect on that like button, y'all. Appreciate it. We got Australia in the building. Freddie Gibbs is out in Australia, my dude is saying. What's popping with y'all, man? What's popping with y'all? What's good? Y'all ready to get this news? Sorry, y'all. Y'all ready to get this news? 1090 Jake doesn't got shit on me. So listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. Benny the Butcher showed his talent. You know what I mean? He showed his talent when he was given the opportunity by Freddie Gibbs. The fans who purchased the album and went to the shows, they seen his talent. Benny grew, but you know how much Benny the Butcher track costs now? Just like 50 Cent was on tour with Nas early on. Do we see 50 giving Nas a verse now? He doesn't owe you anything. He doesn't owe you anything. What happened? It's Jamaica Queens. It's a Jamaica Queens thing. What happened, Nas? What happened, 50? 50 was on Nas's very first tour. It was the Braveheart tour. Do you know who the Bravehearts are? The Bravehearts are a rap group from Queensbridge that effed with Jamaica Queens and Left Rack. Right, Left Rack, Nori's Hood. So Slim, a.k.a. Black Hand Chaz, he did a lot of the behind the scenes to get you on that tour. Right, 50? Is that how it worked? Rest in peace to Chaz. I'm just calling it like I see it, you guys. Why are you hating on Nas back then? Why was 50 hating on Nas back then? Was that bitterness towards Nas? Oh, you feel like you ain't got to reach back and help Nas, but that's okay. Because Nas is one of those artists, you know what I'm saying? Nas, who is cool with what he's got. He's one of those artists who's cool with what he's got. We all know what happened with Nas in the Willie Esco clothing. Y'all remember that merch? Huh? Ill Will, do I need to bring up the record label? Or are you guys, what, you guys are rocking the G-Unit merch, right? Jitsu. G-Unit merch. Rocking that G-Unit merch because 50 actually made money. He made money off of his merchandise. 50 can't teach Nas to be a businessman. Well, he can. He can, but he doesn't owe him that, is all I'm saying. And even though Nas has had major investments when it comes to what he's doing now, you know what I mean? He's doing things that are outside of hip hop. I'm talking about back in the day. I'm talking about with the merchandise. I'm talking about with the record labels. I'm talking about everything that an artist from the older generation needs from the new guys coming up, especially when they're the ones that put him on. Look at all these people that we see going through it. All of the older MCs from the golden era going through it. Artists that missed opportunities because they didn't want to give anybody a lifeline back in the day. But then we see things like this. You know, like, in all honesty, you know, it's like the same way that 50 doesn't owe Buck a tutorial on how to do his taxes. These guys are rappers, y'all. Benny is litter than Gibbs. It's like, cool, you let me on your tour. You know what I'm saying? You let me on your tour. A lot of people let people on their first tour, their second tour. It doesn't really mean all that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Benny realized that you're a sucker. Maybe Benny realized you're a sucker. I don't like the way you move. You're not even cut from the same cloth as me. Put it this way. What's in it for me to do a song with you? You know what I'm saying? I'm Benny the Butcher. I'm on top of the world. I'm trying to get some of the biggest features in the world cleared. You know what I'm saying? Every underground, every industry head knows about Griselda. Serious question here. Why should I do a song with you? So, Freddie Gibbs posted up this crazy ass story that I'm really not going to get into. Actually, I'm not going to get into the story right there because that one was a little. But Benny posted this flick, actually, you guys, where he said jewelry cleaning day. Yeah, you can't wait for jewelry cleaning day, can you, baby? Jewelry cleaning day. Oh, you can't wait for jewelry cleaning day, can you, baby? I'm going to clean you up. I'm going to clean you up real nice. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Benny posted the flick, and then Freddie Gibbs had to respond. Stop flexing. You weren't even there. Taking a shot at Benny. taking a shot at Benny. Why? Because he didn't get his hands dirty? Huh? Is it because he didn't get his hands dirty? Why would he? Why would he? You think Benny doesn't have a strong team behind him? You think he doesn't have a strong team behind him? Hell yeah, Benny is a beast. Benny is a beast. Salute to Royce the 5'9". Definitely want to get Royce back on my channel in the near future. He's doing a dope ass press one right now. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. We going crazy tonight. We going in tonight, y'all. Hell yeah. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Hell yeah. Let's get back into it, though. Let's get back into it, though, because Freddie Gibbs wants to say, stop flexion. You weren't even there. He didn't get his hands dirty, man. Why would he? You think he doesn't got a strong team around him? Benny the Butcher might not have those Jim Jones vibes. Remember Jim Jones? Huh? He grabbed your face and let's not go there. Let's not go there. Benny the Butcher didn't, you know what I mean? Yeah, maybe he didn't want to take those drastic measures. Dudes like you find out who ordered what happened to you like 6 months later. Look at what's going on right now. Your chain is on a tour. It wasn't you on tour. Your chain is touring packed houses, probably mostly trap, but your chain is on tour. Gibbs, not you. It is your chain that is on tour, my friend. And you want to go at Benny because he didn't get his hands dirty? You know, Benny is 50 Cent. You, Freddie, are Lloyd Banks. You are, no. You are Young Butt. No, I can't even give you that because those guys actually got a runoff while they were with their major. You are The Game. No, definitely not The Game. That's too much credit. But let's be real about it, man. Let's be real about it. You didn't get your opportunity to get your shit off. You didn't get your shit off while you were at the label. And that is going to pretty much haunt the rest of your career, if we can be real. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I guess we got to put him in the category of like Hot Rod. We got to put him in the Hot Rod category. I'm sorry, Freddie. Sorry, Freddie Gibbs. We got to put you in the Hot Rod category. He is Mims without the hit record. He is Joe Budden without the hit record or the classic Murder Music series. He is the stat quo without the major endorsement from Eminem and Dr. Dre, without the shady aftermath endorsement. Let's smoke one to Freddie Gibbs' career. I don't know who botches. If Young Jeezy comes and just like with a Dre beat, if Dre gives you a beat and you don't knock that shit out the park, like, come on. That's why I went so hard about the game. Should have been able to make the hit out of How We Do on his own. If you get an opportunity with Young Jeezy, if you get an opportunity with Jizzle, and Jizzle signs Mikey T, tomorrow I'm wearing a snowman shirt, and you're gonna see what it is. I'm gonna have the snowman tattoo. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be on Billboard the next week. I'll start the whole series, Snowman Life. Jeezy would be like, yo, that's kind of lit. Perfect. Perfect. You're rocking with it? Let's get it. Whole new thing. Whole new vibes. Whole new vibes, right? So get this. He's like, Freddie Gibbs goes, go ahead. Rap about it. So I can start talking about these sealed plea agreements. Sealed plea agreements. Come on, man. But go ahead, rap about it. Does that sound familiar, you guys? Does that sound... I need everybody in here to share this video. But does that sound familiar, you guys? What are you, the game? Are you the game talking to Eminem? Go ahead, rap about me. Please rap about me. I'm Freddie Gibbs. I want all eyes on me. I want the free promo. Rap about me. Nobody is talking about me. Me and my big mouth. Maybe just learn to stay quiet more often, Mr. Gibbs. Mr. Gibbs, maybe learn to stay quiet just a little bit more often. You ever thought maybe you're part of the problem? You, yourself, you are part of the problem? I mean, academics and Jim Jones and now Benny the Butcher, somebody that you were legitimately cool with. Somebody moves on, moves a little bit further past you. What do you expect? Everything to remain the same? Things change. They don't stay the same. I hustled. Came up a little harder. Oh, shit. That was a dope hook from Spider-Loc, actually. Hell yeah. Put that work in to win. Put that work in. Put the work in. No problem. But this guy's ridiculous talking about rap about me. Please rap about me. I'm Freddie Gibbs. I want all eyes on me. I want the free promo. Rap about me. You know, Benny the Butcher, you guys. Benny the Butcher seems like the coolest dude. You know what I mean? He seems like the coolest dude in the world. Cooler than the other side of the pillow. No pun intended, Lloyd Banks. Benny wasn't even dissing Freddie Gibbs. You know, I don't know one rapper. Somebody in the chat, let me know. I don't even know one rapper that has a problem with Benny. Can't name him. We can sit here. We can literally sit here for a half an hour, and I wouldn't be able to name one. Everyone has respect for Benny because they notice his grind. He literally made New York want to claim them. Normally, New Yorkers would roll their eyes. They're from Buffalo, Albany. We ain't jacking that. He made New York residents, hell, New York City, to be exact, want to be a part of what he's doing. They're like, nah, we F with Buffalo. We F with Buffalo, man. When is the last time that happened? When New Yorkers, New Yorkers, they know the 5 boroughs, right? Benny the Butcher's popping. Oh, what borough? What borough was he from? He's He's from Buffalo. All right, let me hear the music. Whoa, whoa, hold up. Hold up. Yo, these Buffalo dudes is giving it up like that, man. We thought that was the soft section of New York. We thought that was like Stamford, Connecticut. No disrespect to Stanford, no disrespect to Buffalo. Appreciate everybody tapping in if people are tapping in from both of those cities. You know, we thought that was one of them things like ain't no hoods in Buffalo. He's by Niagara Falls and they got the waterfalls where he's from. It doesn't happen. New Yorkers are too stuck in their little things. So for you to be making that much noise where dudes from the city, they recognize you and you're hundreds of miles away, it shows the grind. It shows the grind. And I actually know dudes who rap hella good from Niagara Falls. Shout out to my bro Dirty O. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they are giving it up, upstate New York. But it's great to see my dude, my guy, Benny the Butcher, really being the flagship out of everyone from up there. Conway, West Side Gun, Griselda, it's the team. Everybody share this video one time. Hit that like button. Make sure you put some respect on that like button. You're not getting nothing like this anywhere else. So Benny the Butcher was posted up on his story, posting Freddie Gibbs chain. He actually had himself in it. Benny wrote, MC Dinosaur Barbecue. He kept on calling him that. He said, dudes dragged you by your chain, dragged you by your shit. MC Dinosaur Barbecue. You be getting ran down on by dudes for the past year. Academics challenged him. Jimmy found him at Prime 112, I guess. Shit's crazy. Shit's crazy, you guys. Let me light up, you guys. We got some shit we're going over tonight, y'all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Benny the Butcher, everybody that's doing their thing from upstate New York, man, right now. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to everybody really sticking to their shit. Shout out to Conway, man. What y'all smoking, man? Sorry about that, man. I'm smoking on some fire right now. My bad, you guys. Get that shit back there. God damn. Come on, man. What's up with my light? That shit looking better. Hope y'all took a moment, a smoke break. Oh shit, blue cookies, pink runts, pink runts. Ryan, send me the link, bro. I want to see it. So let's talk here, you guys. Let's talk about this. Let's get back into it. Let's get back into it, man. So, Benny said, after they got him, the next day he went and bought the cheap Cartier watch. So you go and get the Cartier. You don't even want me to start. You don't even want me to start on this one, man. First of all, Cartiers are more for females. You don't normally be seeing too many dudes wearing them. Where's your Patek? You know what I'm saying? Where's the AP? You got sold out tours, right? You got sold out tours and you're rocking a Cardi? Huh. Leave that shit for Cardi B. How about that? Leave it for the girls. You know, leave it for my girl Bella K, lobby girl. Let me guess, did it have the circle with the line going through it? Man. Was it the unisex version? Because they got bracelets now. How about you go and get yourself something chunky? You know, go get yourself a chunky watch. A little something, get something that weighs 12 pounds. You know, what are you doing with a Cardi, man? What are you doing with a Cardi trying to be classy? If you're trying to be classy, do the rolly. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to be classy, don't bust it down. If you're trying to be classy, so basically you're saying, Benny. You know what you're saying? Because Benny's responding, what the F you think? You got a Cartier? Benny's looking at you with your Cartier. Like, why am I even dissing this guy? Why am I even dissing this guy? He's small time. Small time. Benny's looking at you with your Cartier, thinking you're small time, Freddie. Manuel says, I don't even think Freddie has got bars for the butcher. I don't even think Freddie has bars for the butcher. Hmm. From Conway reminds me of Beanie Siegel. I've heard that before. Let's do a little poll. We're going to do a little poll. I'm going to get a new poll up, you guys. I'm going to get a new poll up right now. About to put a new poll up. It's going to be a strictly artist poll, you guys. I'm going to do an artist poll. It seems like you guys want that, so I'm going to give it to you. Everybody share this video. We're going live tonight. You heard? We're live tonight. See, I'm about to put this poll up in the chat now for everybody in here. Looks like everybody's rocking with Benny the Butcher. All right, I'm asking y'all in the chat right now. I got the poll up. I got the poll up right now, y'all. Go vote in the poll. Go vote in that poll right now. Let's get back to it, though. DJ Academics actually blasted Gibbs' street cred before in the past as well. You know, DJ Academics has been to Prime 112. I have not. But tonight it wasn't only about steak and ribs, but it was about Jim Jones catching Freddie Gibbs after a number of times when he had called him out. So this was actually reported by everybody in the past. Freddie Gibbs called out Jim Jones on Twitter. Jim Jones was throwing up a VL sign, which was for Vampire Life. Just going back over a little bit of this for background history for some people watching, asking about, yo, Mikey T, what did Freddie Gibbs and Jim Jones beef about? The diss song was Freddie Soprano. Wow. He said, working that scale through the day and the night, this V and this L that I threw up don't stand for vampire life. So sorry, Mr. Jones. Twisting your fingers can get you gone. Shout out to the lords. Shout out to the folks. Word to the stones. Bitch, I'm from where dudes don't survive. Freddie said, you see my foot. You see me moving that. Posting. Benny, are you a stepper? Playing Step for the Name of Love. Oh my God. You guys, so Freddie Gibbs went on his page, y'all. Freddie Gibbs went on his page and he started dancing and he's like, yo, Benny, can you move your legs like this? Can you move your legs like this? And then he started literally dancing to Step in the Name of Love. Okay, man. So he was just going all the way in on dude, man. He was literally just going all the way in on dude, man. Freddie Gibbs recently, I guess, or back then had called Academics out for a boxing match. And now Academics, or apparently Academics was saying that he can't negotiate $1 million for the battle rap here because Freddie Gibbs got beat up. Oh, shit. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So, guys, we got to go back into this, man. We got to go back into this classic story of 50 Cent explaining Lloyd Banks having resentment towards him. Like it. I like it. So we got to go over this. We got to go over this, you guys. This is a classic. Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, we saw what happened on the Breakfast Club. 50 is done. He is done with G Unit. You know what I'm saying? He is done and over it. But I don't think that means when it comes to the guys that are working with him now. I don't think he's done working with Tony Yayo. I don't think he's done working with Uncle Murda. I don't think he's done working with Trigger Ock. I don't think he's done working with Mike Knox. All of these guys that 50 has been attached to in the media, if they come up with a hit record, as they all continue to get their names bubbling, 50 is going to be right along attached to them. G-Unit Records could still be a thing. G-Unit as a group, I don't know if 50's still feeling the same way about it. We're not going to see another G-Unit album to follow up Beg for Mercy and Terminate on Sight. 50 has made that clear. We're not going to see that. After Terminate on Sight, there's not many that want to see that, to be real with you. You know what I mean? If anything, maybe 50 will do a soundtrack when he eventually does the 50 Cent G-Unit movie. Or if it's a television show, there won't be a necessity for a soundtrack. Do they do soundtracks for these television show guys? I know they do intro songs, but they don't actually do soundtracks for it, right? Because if anything, we could see a lot of these guys pair up to actually make music for the motion picture that 50 Cent creates. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Okay. I really didn't understand what you meant all that time, but I got you. Let me take a look at this poll. I want to see what everybody's saying in the poll. All right, Lloyd Banks is rocking the poll. Shout out to the PLK, Lloyd Banks. Shout out to the PLK. The Course of the Inevitable's out right now. Go stream that shit. Lloyd Banks is obviously back in his bag when it comes to making music. He's obviously back in his bag when it comes to making music, you guys, and I got to show him respect. And let's all show him respect by going and streaming the music, and y'all show me a little bit of respect by hitting that like button. Put some respect on that like button, you guys. Y'all messing with me coming on and doing these live videos? Or do y'all just, would y'all rather, should we call it an hour-long podcast, end it early? This is the Mikey T, the Movie Star Podcast, you guys. Hit that like button. We're just getting into the second hour of the podcast right now. We ain't stopping. Like Diddy said, pause. Cameron will call a pause on that one. Like Diddy said, can't stop, won't stop. Mikey T this, Mikey T that, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. We got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about it because 50 had done an interview with Big Boy in 2020 where Big Boy asked him about G-Unit. Big Boy asked him about Young Buck. He asked him about Lloyd Banks. And I think it's interesting to take a look at where 50's head was at in 2020, you guys, in comparison to where we know his head is at in 2022. In 2022, he told The Breakfast Club he doesn't want to do any more G-Unit projects. Let's take a look at what he had to say here. So 50 was asked, what goes on with G-Unit now? 50 said, people grow. They grown. They're grown. They're grown. Yes, everybody is literally 20 years older. Young Buck who linked with the group in 2003. Everybody share this video one time. Hit that like button. Everybody that linked with the group in 2003, 2002 is legitimately 20 years older, you guys. So yeah, we are. I mean, shit, I just read the other day, or maybe it was today. It was the 18th year anniversary of the Young Buck Straight Outta Cashville album, you guys. 18 years. And I remember purchasing those albums. Straight Outta Cashville, Hunger for More. Beg for Mercy. So we're talking 18, 19 years ago. 50 said it. They're grown. Everybody went. They had different directions in some ways. Some of them, like Ye, he's going to stay regardless. He is going to be down. Yeah, you already know, man. Everybody knows Tony Yayo is loyal. He has proved that over the years, even at the award shows, when 50 was going around looking for everybody, acting like a bully back in the days. If you guys remember some of those award shows, Yayo was down there to hold him down, whether it was a Vibe Awards, whether it was a VMA Music Awards, VMA Movie Awards. Yayo would be there to hold down 50 Cent. Even though it didn't really seem like anything really could have popped off, and 50 was just kind of acting a little bit crazy and really discouraging people from liking him, which I don't think was Eminem and Dr. Dre's intention. You know what I mean? I don't think that was their intention, because 50 really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, celebrity-wise. I mean, please don't give me the example of him actually linking up with that comedian from the FX comedian. Please don't give me as that as an example. Oh shit. Shout out to the Butcher. I got a poll right here. Looks like Benny the Butcher or Lloyd Banks dominated that one. Better album. All right, y'all. Which was the better album? I want to know. Which was the better album? I'm about to read y'all. Let's see what y'all is saying. Let's see if y'all is voting in the poll right now. Oh shit! The course of the inevitable. The fans are showing up, baby. The fans are showing up for Lloyd Banks. Excuse me. The fans are showing up and showing out. So, like I said, like I said, everybody knows that Tony Yayo is loyal to 50 Cent. He has proved that throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? But more than that, you know what I'm saying? Uh, it goes all the way back to even before 50 experienced these heightened levels of fame. He was there being his hype man for How to Rob. You know what I mean? Just like he was for In the Club, Wanksta, Candy Shop, Amusement Park. It really didn't matter the level of the record. You know, it really didn't matter even the caliber of the record, obviously. Yayo was there to support his friend. And anybody knows that you have that one friend who you would always let sleep on your couch. You know what I mean? You'd all, yo, babe, chill out. You know he's good. He's good. Babe, why are you freaking out about him going in the fridge like that? There's more than enough to go around. Come on. That's Yayo. That's Yayo, babe. That's Yayo. What, you needed me, Fifth? No, I was just literally telling my wife why she shouldn't be annoyed by you. Tony Yayo is kind of like Owen Wilson from the movie You, Me, and Dupree. You know, with the Owen Wilson movie, You, Me, and Dupree, had a couple other people in it as well. I think it had Kate Hudson and Matt Dillon in it. Yeah. 50 is like Matt Dillon. But in all honesty, Jay-Z wouldn't. Jay-Z doesn't have Bleek around like that. Jay-Z has Bleek situated, I would hope. You know what I mean? But Yayo is more of like the and why is Bleek, and guys, why the hell is Bleek trying to challenge Jewels? Bleek, will you please challenge Tony Yayo to a versus? Can we please get this versus going? We need the best friend versus. This is going to be the two rappers, the best friends. This is going to be the biggest best friends of battle versus, you know, but Triller's got to get that shit situated. And when you get it situated with Swizz Beatz and Timbaland, also holla at Mikey T, the movie star. Let's get some shit going. Because this shirt right here, it could say anything. This shirt right here, this is a blank canvas. Any brand can go on this shirt. I want every company out there to know that. Any brand could go on this shirt. Could be Bad Boy. What Gilly used to do. Could be G Unit. Huh? Could be Epic. You know what I'm saying? Your brand logo, it could be on this shirt. We could be turning this shit up. But yeah, let's get that. What's Bleek talking about? Jewels. Everybody knows the obvious solo verses for Jewels is Lloyd Banks. So Bleek, let's get on the Tony Yayo wave. Tony Yayo versus Memphis Bleek. Tony Yayo versus Memphis Bleek. I want to see it. So, Big Boy asked him about Lloyd Banks. So 50's like, Banks, he's just, I don't even know. He couldn't even tell you at this point when you speak to him where the problem is. I put him where I put Marquise. They just have something that's internally going on with them that gives them some sort of resentment towards me. You know, I think this right here, you guys, this is crazy. This is crazy, y'all. This is that because I honestly think this is like what led into some of the script for Power. You know what I mean? What's the son's name in Power? Tyreek? Tyreek from Power. Does it sound familiar to Marquise? Don't you guys see the character tie-in? Is Power based on Marquise? Nobody caught that though, huh? Nobody caught that one? You know, watching the series recently, I caught that. But honestly, that's not a good comparison though. That's like saying somebody brainwashed Lloyd Banks. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who, but and it also kind of reminds me of like Mike Geronimo and Irv Gotti, where Mike Geronimo was a little bit skeptical of working with Irv, like kind of because he was like, where's the money? Where's the money going to be? Who's the money going to go to? Why is Banks skeptical of working with 50 Cent? Is it for the same reason? Banks practically pulled a mace on 50 Cent. Banks practically pulled a mace on 50 Cent, you guys. Thank you for allowing me to release 2 major albums that put me on the map, but peace out. Well, it's like, well, whose money do you like then? Whose money does Lloyd Banks like? Because after he left 50, it's not like he really went on to get any other money. You know what I mean? When I believe that he was, the world of opportunities were there. We saw it when he actually signed back to G Unit. He had lucrative offers on the table, you guys. This guy had lucrative offers on the table. He had lucrative offers on the table, you guys. I'm talking about good music. I'm talking about good music, you guys. I'm talking about a situation with Kanye West. Probably Lloyd Banks probably could have signed with anybody he wanted. Jeff says Tommy from Power is based on Eminem. Damn, Iceberg co-signs it. Iceberg, does anybody else co-sign that? I am relatively new into watching Power. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of spin-offs that I've got to get to. But like I said, I was a major fan of BMF, so it's reason to go back. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a reason to go back and watch other stuff that 50's doing because he's not putting out cheesy material like a lot of this other stuff is. Drew says you're right. He could have signed anybody, but he stayed loyal to 50, in my opinion. Yeah, but you know, the thing is, Drew, it's kind of just like I said. He got popping with G Unit, 2 albums. Second album was kind of like his double up. No disrespect, Banks. No disrespect, Banks, but you practically pulled a mace on 50. It's like, thanks. I'm out. I'm out, man. I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you have nowhere. Who am I to say that, though? You know what I mean? Who am I to say that? But just judging on by 50 Cent's height, judging by the height of 50 Cent's net worth, let me break this down a little bit. Because I read an interview with Gucci Mane while he was locked up. He did an interview with Double XL where I believe he said that at the height of his career, he was worth $9 or $10 million, $8, $9, $10 million. But mind you, this is back in like 2009 or 2007 or something like that. He had reached a height of $8-9 million. Now let's be real. 50 Cent said all the G Unit members made $10 million. 50 Cent's net worth was up in like $130 million. That's why I say something like, you don't have enough. You know what I'm saying? Kanye West didn't stop. You know, Kanye West did not stop. But you can't put other people in that bracket like a Lloyd, like a T.I. You can't put T.I. in that bracket. You can't put Lloyd Banks. You can't put Ludacris in that bracket. You can't put Little Flip in that bracket. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys actually weren't under other rappers. Iceberg shut him down. Iceberg shut him down. I was thinking that was kind of bogus too, just from watching Tommy, just from watching Tommy and shit like that. The only thing is they kind of look similar. That's it. And I think Tommy, like, just from seeing Tommy for the first few times, Tommy's dope as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually, since seeing him working with 50, I've actually seen him in a couple other things as well, I believe. Nothing really too crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I've seen him pop up in a few different things. Iceberg shut his ass down, yo. That was great. Iceberg shut his ass down. Yeah, he's an actor. Yeah. What was he in? Somebody run a couple of the films by that he's been in. I'll let you know if I saw it. Because I went out, I do a little research, man. I do research and shit like that. Shout out to Fubu as well. Like I said, shout out to Fubu. Like I said, anything can go on this shirt, you guys. This is a blank canvas for anything. That's why I wore this shirt tonight, to let everybody see. But I also wore this chain. Freddie Gibbs, I'm feeling for your chain. It's on you said you were on tour, but I think it's your chain that's on tour, my friend. But yeah, so like I said, man, I don't think that, like, it's nowhere, the money you got, it's nowhere near 50 has. It's like your 50's right hand man, but he should be on top of the world, not stagnant at this $10 million sum that 50 Cent has spoke of. You know what I mean? It's because, like, where is the material? Where is the grind? We got on fire, you know what I mean? Where's the cash checks that stretch longer than giraffe necks? We got on fire, and then we get hands up. Cool bar, Punchline King, but where is it? Who you gonna blame? Yayo? Buck took your spot? Oh, no. Buck took your shine, right? What are you possibly gonna tell me? What are you gonna tell me? It's Bangum Smurf's fault? Right. You have nobody to blame. I think Banks has accepted that, and he's back now, though, with the course of the inevitable. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got to ask yourself, did you only do this to be known as the Punch Line King? When you were sitting up in Guy R. Brewer, did you think to yourself, I want to be the Punchline King? You know what I'm saying? Is that what you were thinking? What did you care about? Like, out rapping Cassidy and J Hood? You were 50 Cent's right-hand man to be what Kanye West has become. Maybe not every little thing that Kanye West is, because you hear Tony Yayo talking about it in interviews with Vlad, I believe. Unless it was with Trinidad James, where he was talking about the opportunity that he had to do G-Unit shoes, the opportunity he had to really design his own product. And I remember this. Oh, Yayo's got new shoes coming out. Maybe them shits will look cool, but no, they looked like everything else. And that was the problem. That's a problem that Kanye West is capitalizing off of. 50 Cent did not expect Lloyd Banks to be everything that Kanye West is. But he gave these guys all different opportunities so they can all fill in all of those gaps. That's what G Unit was always about. G Unit was about having every single style of music on the album. Every single theme, whether it was smoking track, party club track, gangsta ass track, female track, G Unit albums encompassed all of that material. That's what 50 Cent said back in the day. Now, when we're talking about encompassing, taking a part of the culture, whether it's clothing lines, whether it's being like Tony Yayo could have done with his shoes, if Yayo really had some fascination with doing shoes, like Lloyd Banks should have done as the next biggest thing in hip hop. You sold 536,000 copies worldwide, 431,000 copies in the United States alone. Rapping is your job. That's what you're supposed to do. I respect it. We got the Course of the Inevitable now. We're going to get one every single year from what Lloyd Banks is telling us. We should have got the Course of the Inevitable in 2005. We should have got, or what we should have got is the Big Withdraw in 2005. In 2006, we should have got Rotten Apple. In 2007, we should have got the Course of the Inevitable. In 2008, we should have got the Course of the Inevitable 2. Course of the Inevitable 3 in 2009, and so on. No, not take 5-year break, make everybody in the world forget about you. That's what happened, you guys. That's what happened. But Banks is getting back on top of it now. 50 said he feels like Banks resented him. You know, you can say whatever you want. That's what 50 Cent said about Banks. Why did he resent him? Did he resent him over the fact that 50 tried to put him in the position that 50 had? Because 50 was trying to give you that position. Did you resent him because you weren't in charge of G Unit? I don't think that could be the answer. Because you have shown little to no interest in creating a label. You are the big artist. Just like Nas. Ill Will. Come on, man. Put the Bravehearts on. But outside of that, it's like, come on. You don't need focus on Nas. Focus on Lloyd Banks. You guys get what I'm saying? Not every artist needs to be a CEO. I don't think his issues with 50 stem from a jealousy of G Unit, a jealousy of wanting to be a label president. Not everybody wants to be a president of the label. I really can't put my finger on it where the problems stem, where a resentment from Lloyd Banks would stem with 50 Cent. I mean, for crying out loud, Lloyd Banks said it himself. 50 saw him performing at his school. 50 Cent saw him performing at his school, you guys. 50 ended up closing that school performance, and then they would go on to work with each other. Yeah. Yep. Yep. We all know what 50 said in the book: hustle harder, hustle smarter. You know what I mean? We all know it, but that's not what we're discussing tonight, you guys. That's not actually what we're discussing tonight. Anybody can send in a super chat, you know what I'm saying? But that's actually not what we're discussing tonight. Tonight we're actually discussing what 50 said here. What 50 said here about pretty much thinking that Lloyd Banks resented him and shit like that, which I think are kind of like, it's kind of like odd claims, because Lloyd Banks was asked before how he felt about 50 Cent putting out the Beg for Mercy album. Lloyd Banks legitimately said that he would have been cool with 50 Cent putting out another solo album before they even got to the G Unit album. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lloyd Banks seems like a solid dude in that regard, man. Like, he doesn't seem like the type that's going to be jealous over shit. That's why I can't really put my finger on where their problems stem from. Lloyd Banks was touring like crazy. Lloyd Banks probably still does a bunch of touring as well. I mean, I saw him in concert a few years ago, probably back in 2019. Yeah, 2019. Yep, I saw him in 2019 in concert. So I know Lloyd Banks has been touring a lot when he was with 50 as well. Um, Now you saw that album outline I did. 50 kept Lloyd Banks working as well. All the lazy comments, like I said, we're not discussing that tonight, you guys. That's not something we're discussing tonight, so I don't want to spend too much time on that. You know, when I got a topic for a podcast, I usually like to focus on it. Um, like I'm saying, Lloyd Banks always kept busy with work. You know, when he first got involved with everything outside of the mixtape circuit and what 50 and all them were doing as a group and what he was doing on his solo, and 50 was putting him out as a solo artist on the mixtapes. Even though they were promoting the group, he promoted Banks as a solo artist. He got everybody ready. He greased everybody to know, but also it's the talent that greases the people. Like, oh shit, I need more. You know what I'm saying? So they put Banks on 50's album. They put him on 50's debut album alongside Eminem. Absolutely crazy. 2003. 2003, the end of the year, we get more Lloyd Banks all over the Beg for Mercy album. 2004, we get Lloyd Banks' album. 1 month after Lloyd Banks' album, month and a half, whatever it was, maybe less than a month and a half, we get Young Buck's album with a feature from Lloyd Banks. So we're in 2004. No feature for Lloyd Banks on the Games album, though, guys. No feature on the Massacre. No feature on the Massacre outside of the Hate It or Love It remix. So he was on the Hate It or Love It remix. So let's see how long of a release that is. So Banks is on Buck's album at the end of August, and that is 8. So that's like 8. We'll call it September though. So that's September. And then the next time we hear Young Buck on an album, or excuse me, Lloyd Banks on an album, is actually March, 50 Cent's album. So we go from September all the way to March without hearing Lloyd Banks on an official release. So now we're in 05. And then we got to go from March to August of 05. March to August of 05 before we hear Banks again, which isn't that bad. I mean, they did push Yayo's album back, which was BS. So then after that, we hear Banks from August to November of 05. Banks gets featured on Get Rich or Die Trying. His song Get Low, that may or may not have been featured on The Big Withdrawal. I don't know. Get Low was okay. Get Low was actually featured in the Get Rich or Die Trying movie, though. So that's why I have my Nah. Shout out to Chicago, Southside Chicago. Appreciate you for tapping in. So what do we do after that? We're in 2005. Banks is on the multiple tracks on the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack. We unfortunately don't get the Big Withdrawal in its entirety as an album. That would have been the perfect case scenario for his album to drop in 2005. So also there are G Unit problems. So we don't get the G Unit official album yet. Instead, we get the G Unit made album as a group. You know what I'm saying? We get that G Unit group album in November of 2005. So then after that, we get Mobb Deep. Mobb Deep releases in June. So we're going to say December to June. So we're going December to June. So about 5 months, and we get more Lloyd Banks featured on the Mobb Deep album. Every G Unit member had a song on the Mobb Deep album. Yayo did Click Click. Young Buck did Give It To Me Baby, which was actually their second or third single. Can somebody in the chat tell me what song Lloyd Banks actually did with Mobb Deep on the Blood Money album? What song did Lloyd Banks do on the Blood Money album, you guys? So then after that, we actually get the next solo Lloyd Banks album, probably a year later. You know what I mean? October. So we go from May to October, 6 more months, and we get the Lloyd Banks album. We really had to wait 6 months for a Lloyd Banks album. Are you serious right now? Oh, damn it. I missed Tony Yayo's album from 2005, August. So, oh no, I got that. We went from March to August, August to November, November to May, May to October. Then we're in 2006. And guess what, guys? 2007, once again, we get Banks on Buck's second album. I believe he was on Iceman Iceman was on the Rotten Apple. What was the track that Lloyd Banks jumped on Buck's second album? Oh. Damn, bro. You be thinking somebody adds to the chat. And then you just like, okay, so you're just hating. Okay, it's all good. Prices on My Head was on the first Young Buck album, bro. Damn, Andrew. Damn, he wasn't on the second album? Because I want to say Banks wasn't on Curtis either. Or he wasn't on, and he really wasn't on The Massacre, except for the remix of Hate It or Love It. And he wasn't on Get Rich or Die Trying. Like, wow. I really can't believe that. That's actually very shocking to me. We're all actually going through this live reaction right now. Lloyd Banks was never on 50's albums. The name of Buck's second album was actually called Buck the World. Yeah, the second Young Buck album was Buck the World. Buck had everybody on that album. Wow. Banks really must have been gone at this point, you guys, because did we even get a Lloyd Banks diss on Cameron? You know, if Lloyd Banks, y'all know if Lloyd Banks was in tune, he would have went in on Cameron. Yeah, he would have. He would have went in on Cameron. I think we all know that. He would have went in on Cameron just like he did everybody else, man. But in all honesty, it seems like at this point in time is when Lloyd Banks started stepping back. He was on Get Rich or Die Trying. Yes, he was. My bad. You're right. He was on Get Rich or Die Trying. He was on, like I said earlier, he was actually on. You got me back. You pulled me back to reality. He was actually on Don't Push Me with Eminem. Yeah, he had one. The soundtrack, yeah. Yep. 100%, Philip. 100%. He was on Get Rich or Die Trying. And he was technically, actually, guys, is there no technicallys about it? Or was the Hate It or Love It remix only released on an extended edition? I know it wasn't the remastered. He was on The Massacre. What was that a bonus track though? I want to say that was a bonus track, huh? It's not recognized on the official track listing, I don't think. Yep, Hate It or Love It remix, which is actually really good. You know what I mean? I'll never question. Yeah, it's the bonus. It's a bonus track. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'll never question when somebody puts up the Hate It or Love It remix against the original. Again, that remix, man. But as a youth, man, we had the hustle for loot. Yeah, that shit was dope. So anybody, whenever I do a live and anybody compares those two, man, whenever I do a live and anybody compares those two, I will not question it. But yo, that's not really the biggest Banks feature right there. Look at the math I just drew out for you guys, man. But honestly, I think we all pretty much put it boiled and down to right around 2007 is when Lloyd Banks kind of fell back. And then he got back in tune for the hunger for more when he was getting mad offers. He was getting mad offers. As a youth, man, we had the hustle for loot. Hate It or Love It and In the Club was both Banks tracks. Yep, when he had the little TV, you had to hit on to get a picture. So yeah, basically 50 also spoke on Young Buck pretty much attacking him. So 50 had brought Young Buck back to be in G Unit, right, you guys? So 50 brings Buck back in. Is it even by popular demand at this point? You know, because let's be real, man. After Young Buck had gotten out of jail, his buzz was almost completely gone. You know, I think Buck had gone in on a couple different reasons. Maybe one of them was tax reasons, but another reason, some street shit. I can't really remember. If anybody puts it in the chat that actually looks it up, and not some bullshit about how Tommy is like Eminem. I mean, come on. We all love Eminem and shit like that. Everybody in here really thought the Game's diss song sucked, but let's not put up any ignorant stuff like that. makes me question what I actually post up while we're all talking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever, don't ever speak foul of the GOAT game. Damn, dudes is really sticking up for the game in here tonight. Hell yeah, appreciate that, because they weren't the other day when I did a live stream. The other day. They weren't the other day, you guys. I'll tell you that much. They were not the other day. Everybody pretty much was going with 50 Cent. Everybody was pretty much going with 50 Cent. Over the game, we were doing a little verses. M was supposed to play as an act for the Tommy role. Oh shit. Oh shit. We got a couple different comments in here. Cardinal says Game's M diss was whack. Yeah, but all right, let's address this. My dude says M was supposed to star in Southpaw, not as Tommy in Power. Let's talk about why Eminem did not star in Southpaw. Can anybody in the live chat tell me why Eminem did not star in Southpaw? I want somebody in the chat to say it before I say it. Somebody in the chat, why didn't Eminem star in the movie Southpaw? Somebody, please. Somebody with the answer as to why Eminem did not star in the movie Southpaw. Let's get it. I'm still nice with my cook game. Look, man, it's a hood thing. I was raised in Brooklyn. I handle mine. No. The reason Eminem did not act in the movie, you guys, is because that movie sucked. That movie, Southpaw, was one of the most cliched movies I've ever seen when it comes to a boxing film. When it comes to a boxing film, you guys, that was one of the most cliched films I've ever seen in my life. Eminem probably got the script really late and was like, yo, this is a literal piece of crap. I really can't believe Jake Gyllenhaal did that movie. But Jake Gyllenhaal was at a certain point of his career. 50 Cent's role was extremely bad. 50 Cent's role in Southpaw was extremely bad. I could not imagine Eminem and 50 Cent acting those roles out. 50 Cent would have pretty much been using Eminem in that movie, basically booking him in boxing matches that he could not handle. So, yeah, that's the whole thing right there, you guys, with that Southpaw movie. The movie was actually really crap. You know what I'm saying? The movie was actually really bad, and for Eminem to make a return in film, like in a like something that he actually has to go and be on the set for like 20 plus days, not doing the interview for Seth Rogen, you know what I'm saying? Not going and doing one scene of the interview, you know what I mean? Not doing something that he can handle in an hour, but something that he has to be a part of for an extended period of time. It's a much different thing, you guys. What? What? Wow, y'all is saying some funny ass shit in the chat. I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Oh, Jeff says Paw Patrol was better than Southpaw, and I'm not too familiar with Paw Patrol is, bro. I'm not too sure what Paw Patrol is, just to be real with you guys. There we go. What he say? He said, "Going to war with the Loke. You don't want to try that. You stay going broke and getting butterfly tats." That butterfly tat was one of the worst things that the game could have honestly done, you guys. Paw Patrol is a kid show, animated. It's a kid's cartoon. Y'all is great, man. He said, and I agree. My kids love Paw Patrol. All right, so you was joking around. Don't try to turn my movie star shit against me, bro. Don't be trying to turn my movie star shit against me, bro. Guys is trying to talk about movies. Dudes is trying to talk about movies thinking I'm gonna bite. Because I was honestly thinking you weren't lying about that whole Magic Mike thing. I was like, because Magic Mike, they are making another one with Channing Tatum. This dude, Channing Tatum, man, he like found success with doing that style of like male dancer movie because he made them for really cheap and they turned a massive profit. Even though the dude Channing Tatum has gone on to be one of the biggest movie stars in the game, sometimes they go back to these movies that cost them peanuts to make, like Vin Diesel doing Pitch Black. We saw Vin Diesel venture off doing Triple X, doing, you know what I'm saying, The Fast and the Furious. They tried to turn Pitch Black into a major studio movie, but then they found more success by going back to the old way that they did it, making a little $40 to $50 million pitch black movie, now using the name Riddick. No, it's Make It Back Mike. You guys can call me Make It Back Mike. Do not, I'm saying this right now on the podcast for everyone watching. Do not call me Magic Mike. Call me when you want something. You're like, oh, Mikey T, I want you to make something happen for me. Don't call me Magic Mike. That shit ain't gonna happen for you if you're calling me Magic Mike. Now you call me Make It Back Mike. That shit might happen for you. That shit might happen for you guys. Make It Back Mike. Make It Back Mike. I like it. Here we go. Money making Mikey. Oh, because the 2022 Ric Flair. Okay. That's not bad. I like that. I actually like that. That works. If I was on a couple more Red Bulls tonight, bro, you probably didn't notice, but I haven't been on the Red Bulls tonight. But if I was on a couple Red Bulls, bro, I'd have been wooing like a mother. Oh shit. Let me go check the poll. That totally slipped my mind. That totally slipped my mind, you guys. My bad. That totally slipped my mind. Let me see what's going on with this poll right now. You heard? Let me see what's going on with this poll right now. Want to check that out. What do you mean Tana Talk 3 wins? What are you talking about? You're bugging out right now. You're bugging out right now. Are you serious? So y'all, 50 Cent is like, $50 is like Banks, I don't even know. He couldn't even tell you at any point when you speak to him where the problem is. 50 is questioning Lloyd Banks. I put him where yeah. Yeah, he's just saying he has some sort of resentment towards him. Damn, Freddie Gibbs, man. Call Benny the Butcher. Actually, yeah, Freddie Gibbs was actually saying that Penny the Butcher was DMing him. I advise you to answer those DMs. Answer those DMs. Why would you not be answering those DMs? You better put this one back together again. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Did you only want to be known as the Punchline King, Banks? You know what I'm saying? What did you care about? Out rapping Cassidy? Is that what you cared about? What now? It's like, cool, you won. You won that, but what now? We got a boring sounding album? What now? You sound bitter. You looking for somebody to blame? Tell me what's wrong. Because something is not right with the music, with everything. Your music, your grind. Something ain't right. Did you stop caring? Because the fans kind of want to know this stuff. Everybody kind of wants to know this stuff, man. What happened to Lloyd Banks? That is the $1 million question. It's going to be an episode in 5 years. Lloyd Banks, where is he now? You know how they do those joints with all the celebrities and shit? Lloyd Banks, where is he? Where is he now? Where is he? He's going to just pop out every year and drop an album? No. That's not good enough. You could have did that back in 2004. The whole one album a year thing, that could have worked then. But maybe Lloyd Banks was in it just to be fresh. You know what I mean? Have every single Mitchell and Ness jersey, be around the cool crowd. He wanted to be in the in crowd. You know what I'm saying? What rapper doesn't respect Lloyd Banks? That's no question. Nobody doesn't respect Lloyd Banks. All of them do. They all respect Banks because they know Lloyd Banks can rap his ass off. Shit. Oh, I hope Lloyd Banks doesn't diss me. Let me be friends with this guy. Did you lose your way just by being friends with every rapper and getting caught up in the fame? Where are all of your rap friends today? You know what? But you did what you wanted. Blue Hefner. You earned respect as the Punchline King. Maybe this wasn't just some big intricate plan, you know what I mean, to make you the biggest rapper in the game. Maybe I'm tripping because that's what I saw for Lloyd Banks. That's what I saw for Banks. So maybe I'm tripping, man. But maybe that's all the guy wanted because I thought he wanted to take 50's spot like Kanye and Jay. Nah, he never wanted 50's spot. But you know what? In reality, he never really was a threat to 50's spot unless he really worked hard, just as hard as 50 Cent had to work after all the times that he got shut down, except it was a little bit easier for Lloyd Banks because he literally had the door kicked in for him. Kicked in by the guy who got all the clout based on beefing with the biggest gangsters in your neighborhood. When they ran his ass out like Scar did Simba from The Lion King. And then he came back singing songs. Oh, yeah, but he brought Timon and Pumbaa. That's you and Yayo, Banks. You get the reference? Yeah, it is like that. Oh, I just can't wait. You know what I'm saying? 50 made y'all kings in this shit. He literally had the world looking at G Unit like kings. And that's why I say Banks, he wasn't necessarily the right heir to the throne. You know, as cookie cutter as Hot Rod, as cookie cutter as Hot Rod was going to be, 50 looked at Hot Rod as a more presentable heir to the throne. Banks, you have the critical acclaim attached to your name. You've got the monster hit records, cliched after a while once you reproduce them. But you had to work a little bit harder to get where 50 was. Your flow, it wasn't as pristine, it wasn't as crisp as 50's in a way, because 50's flow was just made to be marketed. Banks's flow made to be respected 100%. You know what I'm saying? But 50's shit, Banks doesn't have many men. Banks doesn't have a clear-cut song like if I can't do it, it can't be done. You know what I mean? Banks's shit kind of comes out like Survival. Banks's shit comes out like Warrior. Are you following me, guys? But these are just his first records, his first album. And he's leaps and bounds ahead of the others. Who am I talking about when I say the others? I think you know who I'm talking about. I think you all know who I'm talking about. If you don't, send in a super chat. Yeah, Kid is amazing on those the Beauty and the Beast album, you guys. Kid is amazing on that album. I'm not even gonna front. Yup, Get Clapped was dope with that was with Mobb Deep, right? And that was on the Rotten Apple. Let me see, where are we at with this? Where are we at with this? Where are we at with this, you guys? Let's get back to it, man. Let's get back to it, man. Because we got some shit to say here, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like 50 was trying to put out the next big artist, and he did that in the West Coast. But 50 needed to put out a hot heir to the New York throne, so 50 could have went and sat up. Banks would have been his power. Game would have been his BMF. You know what I'm saying? Look at what I'm telling you guys. Just like 50 is working movie production companies, he could have just as easily been working record labels. But in reality, Banks was not a threat to 50's spot. He just wasn't. You would have said the same thing about Lil Wayne back in the day. But what did Lil Wayne do? What did Lil Wayne do, you guys? Lil Wayne went back to the drawing board and he outworked everybody. He earned everyone's respect. Nobody looked at him ever again like a child rapper. You know what I'm saying? How we looked at Lil Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? Not even gonna put that on Romeo, because we was really, Bow Wow was in front of our face every single year, dropping an album, just like I said Lloyd Banks should have been doing at that point in time. After you come out and you sell 500,000 copies in a short week, You should be dropping an album every single year after that. No more mixtapes. No more free CDs. No more free concerts. No free hooks. No. Do your album every year and really milk it, because you really came out at the best time. But you wasted the best time. What happened? What happened within 2 to 3 years of you wasting this precious time of selling all these albums? Which 50 did. 50 sold about 10 or 15 different freaking albums. Let's see. He sold 3 Lloyd Banks albums. He sold at least, I think he made money at least off 2 Game albums. Maybe we should call it 1. 2 Young Buck albums. Mobb Deep album. The G Unit soundtrack. Is that it? Oh, and then his 4 albums. And did I do Buck's 2 albums? I think I did Buck's 2 albums. So we're up to like 12. Damn, put some respect on my chat, dude. Put some respect on my chat, or check your ass up out of my chat. Talking about Future wouldn't be up in my chat, bro. Acting like I ain't been around Future and shit like that. Go watch one of them other bum-ass bloggers who ain't never been around one of the most popular rappers in their life. I've been around every single poppin' rapper in this game. Put some respect on this chat. We have people pop up in these lives all the time. Freeway done popped up. Spider Loke done popped up. So put some damn respect on the live when you're popping up with all your weird-ass questions and comments anyways. Talking about Mikey T. Let everybody know that the game is real. Da, 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 da. Man, miss me with that shit. Check your ass up out of here if that's the type of energy that you're bringing to the live. I don't got time for that energy in the live, man. Tony Yayo's album. They want to ask about the Yayo album. One second. We're not to open questions yet. We're not to open questions. But you know what? You know what, man? Ironically, Lloyd Banks has an album called Hunger for More. What hunger? You know, you were cool with the desserts. You went to Junior's and just ate the cheesecake. You didn't even get the appetizers, no main course. You know, I might even go as far to say that Young Buck had better albums than Lloyd Banks. Let's compare it. Let's compare it. Let's compare it. I'm going to put up a poll. Let's put up a poll. Let's do a poll on these 2 albums. I'm doing 2 albums each, you guys. I'm doing 2 albums, you guys. So note that. And wow, The Course of the Inevitable. I got to give respect to Lloyd Banks. The Course of the Inevitable has a lot of fans in here. I hope y'all are streaming Course of the Inevitable too. If I notice a outcry for a review, I'll do a review on the album. But you guys got to let me know in the comment section of this video. If I get 10 or 15 comments asking for it, I'll consider doing it.
Mixtapes, bro. We're not doing mixtapes though. I got 2 albums listed. We're doing the albums, y'all. Cause yo, I'm just saying, man. I might even go as far to say Young Buck had better albums than Lloyd Banks. Let's compare the catalogs, man. I mean, Young Buck's catalog, it's no joke. It's better than Tony Yayo's, but you know what I mean? None of that stuff matters with Young Buck, to be honest with you. None of that stuff matters. Now, this is from a 2020 interview, but we heard 50's recent comments on The Breakfast Club 2022. So what a time span, what a time change 2 years makes, because Big Boy asked 50 if there's still a unit. And 50 had said, yeah, I'm working with Uncle Murda. I'm working with Tony Yayo. Usually that's the format. Initially, it's me. Initially, it was me, Tony Yayo, and Lloyd Banks. Yes, everybody remembers that. I said it earlier. This is what I'm smoking on tonight. Sorry. My bad, y'all. Let me see this. Damn. Everybody vote in the poll right now. Vote in the poll, you heard? About to roll something up. Yep, I'm about to roll up. I'm about to roll up, you guys. Y'all can hit that link right now. Hit that link. Hit that link that I got pinned up if you want to check out the interview. Oh, nah, because you clowned the chat. That's why you got timed out, bro. But why are you wasting my time during one of my live videos to talk about that bullshit, man? It shows how much respect you actually got from my live chats. You was defending the chat by saying that Future wouldn't log in here. Right. Right. Okay. Okay, bro. Now someone's telling me it was artificial intelligence. Okay. Yo, Nick, what are you talking about, bro? Yayo had a fire second album? What are you referring to, bro? Are you talking about the Godfather of the Ghetto album where he released the single It's a Stick Up with Snoop and Maserati Fox? Is that what you're referring to? Because oh, you're just trolling. Okay. No, because Yayo's first initial second album was supposed to be called Godfather of the Ghetto, from my understanding.
We do. We do. My dude, we keep it 300 over here. All these other bloggers, none of these other bloggers ever shook Young Thug's hand. I have. They never did.
Lil Durk on rock with Mikey T, the movie star. You are now you're rocking, man. 300.
All these clown ass bloggers love to talk about Young Thug, but they never shook his hand. Yes. Yes. All these clown ass bloggers love to talk about all these rappers that they never met. You know what I'm saying? They love to talk about Meek Mill, never met him. They love to talk about Gilly the Kid, never met him. They love to talk about Rick Ross, never met him. They can talk all the shit they want about Mikey T, the movie star, and 50 Cent, but I looked 50 Cent in his eyes and I was like, yo, let me get that interview. And he was about to do that shit too. I'll be real with you. Yeah, his only album was The Thoughts of a Predicate Felon, but he started building up, bro. He started building up for some follow-up albums. He really did. He even put out a direct street video, you know what I mean, as soon as he could. You know, Yayo was trying. He was trying. What can I say? But he was trying, but he didn't like really make anything happen when it came to a long-term investment with music. I think a proper long-term I think a proper long-term investment would have been actually putting on an artist that has had longevity, someone that would go on to be around for 20 years, like a French Montana. You know what I'm saying? But Yayo, Banks, Buck, Game, the majority of these rappers are always, you know what I mean? They're caught up with themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're caught up with themselves. Why wouldn't they be? They're at the best part of their career. You know what I'm saying? Some people say, do you think Young Buck, could Young Buck have worked with another label? It's like maybe a down south label like Rap a Lot. I mean, he had a relationship with Ludacris, maybe disturbing the peace. Def Jam, possibly. You know, Def Jam. But we're talking Young Buck now. That would have been disturbing the peace / Def Jam. He had worked with Ludacris, like I said. There were a lot of rumors about him working with Rick Ross and MMG that we never saw actually take shape. Maybach Music Group was an obvious option for a lot of people back then. You know, I don't see why that couldn't have happened with MMG. But why it didn't end up happening is 50 got him to come back. 50 kind of suckered him in to signing another deal with G Unit. You know what I mean? I believe it was for like, from what I've read, it was like for $250,000 allegedly. You know what I mean? So you gotta ask yourself, why would you do an album, 2 albums? So a solo album. I mean, shit. Anybody in their right mind would do it. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real. How much are you really getting for these one-offs? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Nick. Salute, my brother. How much are you really getting? How much are you really getting for these one-offs that you're gonna do? Hey, Buck, I'll give you $35,000 to do a mixtape like album for me. Hey, Buck, I'll give you $80,000 to do a mixtape like album for me. Okay. But then 50 Cent comes, yo, I'm going to give you $250,000, $250,000. Okay. I'll do an album for that. Who the hell wouldn't? The difference is, the difference is the manner of which they'll let you release that album. Young Buck never got the okay for his 3rd album release. It's kind of weird that Lloyd Banks was able to renegotiate. Lloyd Banks was able to renegotiate, whereas Young Buck was just stuck for over 3 albums. I wanted to really dissect that tonight, you guys. That was my topic for tonight's podcast. That classic 50 Cent interview where he basically broke down, like Banks having a resentment for him, Young Buck dissing him. And then obviously the breaking news for the night is Benny the Butcher actually popping up with, Benny the Butcher actually popping up with dude's chain, with Freddie Gibbs' chain. Nice. Oh, excuse me. My bad, guys. I'm all like, nice. I don't know about that, Jerry. Oh, my bad, bro. My bad too, bro, man. I didn't know they were talking about artificial intelligence. I thought they were talking about Future the rapper. Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, I don't know about that claim about the G Unit vest being worth hella in 10 years. I mean, shit. All those G Unit vests should be NFTs right now, right? All those G Unit vests should legitimately be NFTs right now, man. But honestly, you guys, man, I'm going to end it there for the podcast tonight. Lit joint, man, 2.5 hours. If anybody has any open questions, I always do them at the end of my podcasts. If anybody has any open questions, just shoot them in right now. I'm about to roll something up. I want everyone to hit that link that I got pinned. Check out my another classic interview with Kid. I'm going to be having a whole lot of more material for you guys. I never let up on material. I really just appreciate everybody tapping in consistently. Whether we're discussing breaking news, classic interview throwbacks that I react to, whatever, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man, and engaging. That's the most important thing of it. All right, y'all. I'm about to roll up. And I'm about to get up out of here for tonight. And I'll see you all. Do I have a G Unit tee? I have no G Unit tees. And a lot of the G Unit tees I did not like because they were collared. I didn't like a lot of the G Unit collared shirts, man. My guy Black Faith Production, and bro, my bad about the future shit. I didn't know you were talking about AI, man. Damn. Should have asked you before I timed you out. Anyways, man, it's a live podcast, man. Anything could happen on the live podcast. Everybody knows people be like, You're out of here. I be hitting people with that all day, man, but I know you're a consistent commenter. So I'm going to answer your question here, even though I think it's a little crazy. Open question. Why is the game destroying Eminem so bad? Can Eminem recover? I say no. Well, I think you might have been in the live from a few days ago. Eminem recovering. What need is there to recover? Are you suggesting that Eminem makes Recovery Part 2? What is there a need to recover from? Eminem has already enjoyed his career. Eminem has already enjoyed the fruits, or he's currently enjoying the fruits of his labor, but he's already enjoyed the heights of his career. Colossal Denon is right. Game also destroyed Jay-Z. And who cared? He never responded. Jay-Z never really responded. You know what I mean? Who do you got in the Cassidy Freeway battle? You're going to have to wait for my predictions on that, bro. You're going to have to wait for my exclusive predictions on that, man. I'm going to bring in a panel from Philly to discuss that one. So if anybody, that's right, if anybody's actually from Philly that might want to tap in on that panel, you know, I got my brother SV Twiz looking into it. But as soon as we get that together, I'll let y'all know. Them Echo G-Unit tees were dope, Mikey T. But yeah. This is my guy right here, man. See what I'm saying? That's why you can never be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like these other bloggers, man. I appreciate y'all. Yes, you already know we'll be back tomorrow night. More classics. Tomorrow night. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure actually I'm gonna be doing a live tomorrow. We're going 4 to 6. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow, you guys. Yeah. But as we draw closer to the date, exactly when we get the official date, I'm going to put together a whole Philly panel so we can really discuss it. And I'm sure there will be a few other maybe all Philly battles on the card, or maybe a couple other Philly rappers on the card. We'll discuss it when we get there, though. We'll discuss it when we get there, though, you guys. But all right, y'all. Make sure you tap in tomorrow. Put it on your schedule for tomorrow. I'm going live 4 to 6 p.m. Go check out the Kid interview speaking on 50 Cent in the game and the whole Super Bowl controversy. Go check that out. Drop a comment on it. You know what I'm saying? But I'll see y'all tomorrow on live 4 to 6 p.m. Peace.